wanting to do this for a long time, but I'm just chicken shit, you know? I'm so nervous to do this, you guys. I don't know why I'm so nervous. I like have a fear of it. And I always live by this motto that if you have a fear of something, then that is the direction you need to head in. I have been putting this off forever. I was really inspired by the Fergie M.I.L.F. Money music video, and I was of course inspired by Chrissy Teigen breastfeeding, because that's all I do. I think this video was so refreshing because you didn't see, you know, all of the highlight. You didn't see matte lips. Like, it was just refreshing because it was light and airy, and it was all about the eyeliner. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna focus on the eyeliner and just do something really light and fresh with like a bajillion products. The first thing I'm gonna do is just apply a moisturizer. I'm so nervous, you guys, so if you can hear my voice shaking, I really need to get over this. Come on, Linda, get a grip on yourself. So I'm going to use this moisturizer. It's from Neutrogena. It's the Rapid Wrinkle Repair. It has an SPF 30. So I'm just going to apply this all over my face. And then I'm going to apply a eye cream. I always apply an eye cream day and night. I think it's like really important. If I'm not wearing makeup for the day, then I'll apply an eye cream in the middle of the day. That's how crazy I am. Today I am applying the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Gel Cream. I don't think it's like necessary to get something super expensive for what you're going to wear during the day. As long as you're hydrating your eyes during the day, I think that's the key. Then I'm just gonna moisturize my lips. Once your face is completely moisturized, eyes, face, and lips, then we're going to go ahead and use the SmashBox Photo Finish Primer. And we're going to apply that heavy in our T-zone, and then just whatever's left, spread it throughout the face. I kind of like to let it sit just a little bit before I start to apply any other products, because it always looks better, I feel like. I have been dealing with dark circles under my eyes. I've never had dark circles under my eyes in the past, but I mean, I guess that's just part of motherhood. Like, I've also haven't slept for, you know, longer than 4 hours, so that's just what comes with it. So I'm going to use this NYX color corrector. I've never really used color correctors before, and I actually really like the way this is working on my skin. So what I'm going to do is just pick up the yellow with my finger and apply it under my eyes. Anytime I'm working with a thick product under my eyes or around my eyes, I always like to go in with my finger because, well, your ring finger, because your ring finger, you use it less, so it's less harmful to the skin around your eyes. And the skin around your eyes is 7 times thinner than any other part of your skin, so you have to be really gentle with it. I really don't like using brushes. I love beauty blenders. But like I said, when I'm working with like a thick consistency, I really like to warm the product up with my finger, and you really can't warm the product up with a beauty blender. I kind of like to go over the lid a little bit just to prime the lid a bit. Okay, and since I'm using the corrector, then I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with the green and apply it where I have a little bit of redness. I always have redness around my nose, but I've never color corrected it, but I figured since I got this, I might as well use it. And once that's set, then I'm going to go in with Infallible. I'm the color 105. I'm going to be outdoors today, so I wanted something that is really matte. Typically, I'll mix the Infallible with something else, but because I'm going to be outdoors and it's hot, I'm just going to go Infallible all the way. So I just like to like put it all over my face and then blend it in with a wet beauty blender. I love the beauty blender. It's definitely like a really pricey tool, but I feel like it's so worth it. So I'm just gonna pounce this all over my face until it's evenly applied. I like to go up to my ears and down around my neck and over my eyebrows and my lids. And before I apply the concealer, I'm just gonna let it rest on my face, and I'm gonna go in and do my eyebrows. I like to do my eyebrows over my foundation because my face is really greasy and your hair also produces oil. So if I were to do my eyebrows before my makeup, they would be so oily and greasy, it's gross. So that's why I always apply my foundation first and then do my brows. So I just like to brush them first. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the color Soft Brown. Once that's done, then I'm just going to go in with a concealer and clean it up a little bit. I'm going in with the Tarte Creaseless Concealer, the Fairly Light color, and I'm just going to squeeze like a little bit, put it on the back of my hand, like very little, because a little goes a long way. I like to use this concealer under my eyebrows just because it's really nice and thick, and it just really defines my brows. I'm using an E.L.F. concealer brush, a small one. And I'm just gonna line my brows softly. And then I'm just gonna go back and buff that out. Once my makeup has settled into my skin, then I'm gonna go in with my Fit Me concealer in the color Fair. I love the Fit Me concealer with this foundation. The combination of the two, I just like the way it lights up my face. I just like the way both of the products work together. So I'm kind of using this more as like a highlighter, really, and to add a little bit of extra coverage. I'm going to go in with my Beauty Blender and blend that out. Bring the product all the way down around my nose and all the way back to the temples. Okay, and then I'm going to add more down the bridge of my nose, top of my forehead, my chin, and then I like to add some here, going up, just because, you know, as we start to age, things start to come down. So I like to, especially right here for me, so I like to pull it up, or at least give the illusion, and then just blend that all out. Once that's all blended in, then I'm gonna contour a little bit. I feel like on the video, they're not really heavily contoured. Again, that's something that I really liked about the video, is that it's kind of refreshing how they're just sort of focused on the eyeliner. I'm going in with the Too Faced Medium Deep Matte Bronzer. The color is a little light, so it's not as intense. I'm using this brush from Target. It's an Up and Up brush, so I don't know the name. It's just a small little tapered brush. When I don't want an intense contour, this is what I go in with. I really like it because it's small and you can sort of keep working. So the first thing I'm going to do is just sort of define where I want the contour, and then I'm just going to go in circle motions and sort of create a gradient effect, pushing the product up. Then I'm gonna go under my chin. Ooh, it's crazy how that tastes like chocolate. My jawline. And then I like to pull the product down onto my neck here and then here. Then we're gonna go into the temples and up into the forehead. And then just barely any tapping excess off. I'm just gonna lightly contour my nose. I almost forgot to set my under eyes. So because I waited so long to set my under eyes, I'm just gonna go back in with my finger and warm the product up. That should help any creasing that's happened. Perfect. So I'm going to use the City Color HD powder. I really love this powder, you guys. I have tried the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I've tried 2 of her powders and they are way too heavy for my skin. I'm just going to go underneath my eyes with this. Lexi 512. I love this powder. The Laura Mercier one makes me look like an old lady. It dries up all of this area, which is really weird because my skin is oily. but this one just like works perfect for my skin. Okay, I'm gonna start working on my eyes. I'm going to apply an eyeshadow primer to my eyes, even though I'm not going to use any eyeshadow for this look. I'm using the Milani eyeshadow primer. I love this eyeshadow primer. It's really thick in consistency. You really have to rub it together and create a lot of heat for it because it's thick. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for using under an eyeshadow, but if you have oily eyelids, I would definitely recommend it just so that your eyeliner doesn't transfer onto your lid if you have thick lids like me. I'm going to apply my eyeliner. This is where all the magic is going to happen because that's the focal point of this look is the eyeliner. Okay, so let me see how I'm going to apply this because this is the first time I do this, but I'm using the NYC liquid liner. Yes, to me, it's like the best. If you are having a hard time like trying to apply your eyeliner, just get the NYC liquid liner. I feel like it's easiest applicator to use. Here we go. On camera, the pressure is on. I can't talk while I'm doing this, but I'm gonna go in from the center, work my way out and work my way in, and then create my wing and then start to fill that in. If that makes any sense, just ride along with me. I know I said I wasn't gonna talk, but I wanted to tell you guys that if I'm not wearing eyeliner, then at the end of the day, when it's time to wash my face, I always apply eyeliner right before I'm gonna wash my face, just to practice. Then I'm just gonna go in with a chubby pencil. It's the L'Oreal Voluminous Smoldering Eyeliner. I love this eyeliner. I'm just coloring in my tight line. I'm not gonna do my waterline. So I really wanna make sure that I get all the way into where the liquid eyeliner meets the tight line. Basically, I'm covering my lash line with this as well. Just wanna make sure it's really black. And I'm gonna go in with the mascara. Right now I'm using the Voluminous Superstar. L'Oreal Voluminous has a 1 and a 2, the primer and the mascara. I'm really liking this mascara. I've been using this one a lot lately. I'm not gonna like focus too much on my top lashes because I am gonna put on some falsies. I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit. The way I like to apply my mascara, I've been doing it like this for years. I've ruined my lashes because I put on extensions. If you've never done that, don't do it. I like to brush up 3 times and then 1 stroke down so that I'm applying mascara to both parts of my lashes. Before, when my lashes were long and beautiful, that technique was like fire. Everyone would ask me if I was wearing false eyelashes. I don't know why I got extensions. That was so stupid of me. So with my bottom lashes, I always just like to like tease it a little bit, like, and then pull down. So for the falsies today, if you see, Chrissy Teigen is not wearing like huge lashes. So I'm just gonna go in with some natural demi wispies. These aren't like too dramatic, they add more volume. So if you're not used to wearing false lashes, then these are perfect. But I mean, if you're all about the falsies, then go in strong. I'm gonna try to keep it as close to her look as possible. I'm using Duo, and I take my E.L.F. tweezers. I love these tweezers. I only paid $1 for them, and whoa, I was really impressed. So I'm just gonna use my tweezers to apply my lashes. I'm probably gonna do this off camera, guys. I don't know how this works. My mirror's to the side, and anyway. See, so they're not that crazy. They're subtle. I think they're a good starter pack. You know what I'm saying? I love these lashes. I like to let the mascara dry. So I'm going back in for the bottom lashes just to give it extra volume. I always like to let the mascara dry before adding another coat. I feel like that's a for sure way to build the lash. It makes such a big difference when you let it dry for a long time. Otherwise, you're just brushing the product off and on, off and on. But if you let it dry, you're actually building. Okay, so lashes are done. And now what we're gonna do is highlight the face. Chrissy Teigen and all of the girls really aren't wearing a lot of highlight. Again, that's what I loved about it. So refreshing. But you know, there is a little bit of light, so what I'm gonna use is the Benefit High Beam. I really love this stuff. I've been highlighting my face with this stuff for a long time now, like back in 2003. I think that this is a good beginner product. If you aren't comfortable with highlighting your face, then I highly recommend a product like this. It's really subtle and it's really easy to work with. It looks like a little nail polish applicator, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do 4 strokes under my eye, and then I'm just gonna take my finger and dab it in. Push it into the skin with your finger. And that's just gonna give us a really subtle highlight in comparison to what I'm used to using, you know? Then I'm gonna put some in the inner corner of my eye, and again I'm gonna use my finger and just keep dabbing until it's fully blended. You have to be careful and not get it on your eyeliner. And if you want to just amp this look up another notch, then I would go in with a darker contour, a brighter highlighter, and longer lashes. I'm gonna add just a dab on my nose, on the tip of my nose. And then I'm just going to drag the product up my nose just slightly. And once the highlight is done, then I'm going to go in with a blush. I'm using the Morphe, the 9B, and I'm going to use a Morphe M506 Duo Fiber brush. I love this brush for any blushes that have like a really dark pigmentation because it doesn't pick up a lot of product and it's easy to blend out. I'm going to do this bubblegum pink in the top center of the palette and put it on the apples of my cheek and drag back. Add just a little bit on my chin, whatever's left over, on the bridge of my nose, and on my forehead. Now I'm gonna add some MAC Fix Plus, and then I'm gonna work on my lips. I'm using the Sephora Nano Lip Pencil in Funky Fuchsia. Because it's really dark and I'm really looking for a lighter pink, I'm just going to lightly line my lips. And then I'm going to add the Heartless Comfort Matte by Urban Decay. With matte lipsticks, whether it's liquid or like a lipstick, I always feel that it's like important to not do what we're accustomed to, which is rubbing our lips together. I feel like don't do that. Then I'm going to go in with a lip gloss by Milani. It is the Sweet Grapefruit, and it's the Brilliant Shine. I've never used this combo before, so we're going to see how this comes out. So far, I'm not loving it. Alright, so there's the lip combination with the Milani and the Urban Decay. I don't love them together. I wouldn't recommend it. Not together. Individually, yes. I think that if I would have used something that wasn't matte, that's just gross. I'm going to take it off because I don't like it. Okay, so I'm going to use this cream lipstick by Lancome. Color Design Love It. It's just a pink, so any pink that you might have, like a nudie pink, will work. I think if you use a cream one, it'll work better. The same reason why I said like we shouldn't go like that with the matte lipsticks is the same reason I should have never applied that Milani lip gloss over the matte lipstick. So much better. I'm going to set it with the L'Oreal Infallible Setting Spray. Even though I know I use Fix Plus, but it's not the same, okay? Alfonso might argue that, but... I'm editing this video. Don't I look lovely? And I realized that I didn't do an outro. I don't know what I thought, so for punishment to myself, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you what I did do after the video. And I'm just gonna put that on repeat while I ask you to please like if you liked this tutorial and you want to see more makeup tutorials. Leave a comment below if you have any questions. I will leave all of the products in the description bar below. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And thank you just for being supportive. I can't tell you guys how long I've been putting off a makeup tutorial for, but I finally did it and it felt so good to get it done. It really sucks that I didn't do an outro. I was going to do my makeup again and do the most and like pretend like, you know, that I did an outro, but I was like, no, you know what, I just gotta keep it real. Ain't nobody got time for that. You know, it's just not, it's not practical, but yeah, so I forgot. The very last step I like to do, very last, after primer, after everything, is put gel on my brows, because I feel like if I dust powder or anything over the gel, then you could see the powder on the gel, or you could see the primer build up. It's just the last thing I like to do. And I feel like this just gives you such a natural look. I just love it. I'm using the Anastasia brow gel. So I just like to brush my hair up. I mean, it really just depends on how your brows are, but I always like to brush this up because I like how it looks bushy, because my brows are far from bushy. We always want what we can't have. Good thing there's makeup.